Arkansas fans, I'm not going to be able to do a post-game show like last week, so I'm going to go ahead and give it to you straight. This is a failure of epic proportions. I feel so terrible for all of you having to witness the worst defense in the history of the Southeastern Conference. It can't get any worse than what you just saw. Now, Notre Dame, of course, is a really good team, but I just want to say, for the last couple of seasons, you guys have been spat into by the Arkansas unfreaking real athletic department. I still can't believe it. I'm struggling to put words into my own mouth about this from a film perspective. And then at the same time, contextualize how bad these past couple of seasons have actually been for you guys. And the thing is this, I always go back to the home Missouri game a few years ago when the Arkansas Razorback bench cleared to go fight the other team, basically, when it was clear that the Arkansas Razorback football team no longer respected Sam Pittman, that you did not make a change at the single most important job at every single athletic institution, which is your head football coach. So for Sam Pittman to have been retained as the head coach is one of the colossally worst decisions I can remember in the history of the Southeastern Conference. And now it's to the point, and I hate to say this is Chad Morris level bad. In fact, Chad Morris is probably smoking a fat stogie right now, saying, I've been there. Knowing that his son did what he did a few hours ago versus the Florida State Seminoles. The truth is, though, I feel so bad for you guys. I have fans and friends of the channel, my lifelong friends that I grew up with that are at this game, and they're getting spat in their own faces. One of our partners, Sequoia Dental, they set up a huge tailgate. They were excited. They were excited about this game. And now what are they doing? What are they doing? They're telling you that you don't matter. And that's the shit that I don't ever quite understand, is that you've had an athletic director very publicly, at the same time privately, not care about this job at all. And it is a mess. It is an absolute mess. And I will tell you this, as someone who doesn't have Arkansas as the primary team that they cover, but I do have a lot of sources that have worked for the program, played for the program. I have never in my life, and I truly do mean this, covering college football for now multiple decades, I do not remember a time where the athletic director and the head coach were hated as much, and justifiably so, by the fans of their program. And where that hurts for you guys is that you care so much. Like Houston that once said, there's only one Razorback. But yes, you watching this right now, you deserve to be going scorched earth. I really do mean it. If you are one of those super diehard fans that just spit out crap on the internet, go for it. Anything that you want to say about Arkansas right now, it is justified. And it's pissing me off. I'm not even a fan of the team. It's pissing me off. My wife is angry. You don't want her to come on here. You want an entertaining live stream? I'll give her the microphone. She is going scorched earth right now over what is going down. Okay. So I'm not going to be able to go for that long. We'll take a few comments here. Cobra the Cobra says, if there is not a change after this game, I'm completely throwing away all of my stuff and picking a new team. Yeah, it's justified in this instance. Okay. Why does Russell only have 2 carries? Okay. I know I'm the film guy. So this really isn't a film discussion. It's just you guys suck. But I'll get into it because he's not as good as Mike Washington. Mike Washington is superior to Braylon Russell. He had one fumble, and it was a critical fumble versus Memphis, but Braylon Russell had a huge drop. Huge drop. Raylan Sharp, huge drops in this game. He had the drop on the first drive, and then, of course, he had the fumble. Um, I'll give you a few thoughts after watching the first half. It is true that the Taylon Green was really good in this first half. Threw darts left and right. Only a few what I would consider to be dangerous throws, but Arkansas really has butterfingers. They drop a lot of passes that they shouldn't, and Raylan Sharp has had the two big critical mistakes. You have to kick a field goal on the first drive, which you can make a case that Sam Pittman should have gone for it there. And then you have the fumble from Raylan Sharp. And then you have Braylon Russell's drop. So that has been what has stuffed you up to this point. But all of what has happened in this first half is defensively. I don't know why Xavier Sori continues to play. I mean, he is it makes no sense that he is playing this bad. I'm serious. Like, it is beyond comprehension that Xavier Sori is playing as bad as he's playing as a multiple year starter. I will also say this is a minor storyline in the grand scheme of things because you can't really bitch too much about officiating in a game where you're getting blown out this bad. But Arkansas continues to get screwed by the refs. It's just clear at this point. I thought the hands to the face penalty was somewhat justified. It's still kind of soft. And then that penalty on Bradley Shaw made no sense. That was very clearly offensive pass interference. And they called it on the defense, right? So the whistle has not gone in y'all's favor either this year, but you still should have been able to beat Memphis, and you still should not be getting blown out. 42 points, 6 touchdowns in 6 drives at home. I can understand if you're in South Bend, Indiana, where it's cloudy with a chance of meatballs at all times, but you're at home. You had a good crowd. Like, Arkansas fans actually paid. Look, for you watching this stream right now, I can understand you not liking some of the things that you've seen on TV. Imagine if you've spent your hard-earned money to go to this game today. Those are the real suckers up there. And I guarantee you, you Arkansas fans, you're going to be getting an email from the Edge saying it's your fault. It's your fault. Yeah, the Taylon Green. Yeah, he had a few sacks. Was added Truth Soldier. We'll take a few more here. Petrino will be the interim, and then maybe we can win some games. It's not going to matter. It's not going to matter. This is a thing. Okay. If you're Arkansas, obviously you want to salvage a season, right? So if you make that decision, then are you also firing T. Will? That's another thing you have to answer right now is if you want to fire Sam Pittman in the middle of the season, do you still want to run it back for the rest of the year with T. Will, who has by far the worst defense in the country right now? I understand Notre Dame's got 3 future pros at least on their offense right now, probably 5. But you can't give up 6 touchdowns in 6 tries and most of them be basically untouched. $420 yards allowed at the half. Yes, not only 420 yards, 290 of it has been CJ Carr through the air. So it's not just the running game for Notre Dame that's been mostly good. CJ Carr has been excellent. Also, I would be making a few defensive adjustments. The blitz isn't working. One thing about T. Will's blitzes is you will see a lot of teams throw directly into the direction of it, which means they are reading the blitzes relatively easy. Okay. You One thing defensive coordinators struggle with is if you can't get pass rush, which Arkansas has struggled with, they want to just blitz. Well, the smart offenses are able to pick up on that and just throw right into the direction of where the blitz is coming from. That's what happened on the Jeremiah Love touchdown. Well, unfortunately, I have to clarify which one. The throw into the flats where he juked number 13 out of his shoes and walked it to the end zone. Okay. Bob says it was 28-13 when I turned it off. Man, I don't know what to tell y'all, man. I really, really, really don't know what to tell you. I wish I could tell you something that I have been very public about since the Missouri game from a few years ago. You guys are getting absolutely screwed over as a program. Well, I wouldn't fire Bobby. He's been pretty good. Honestly, he's done a good job again today. But Raylan Sharp picked the worst time to have his worst game of his career. He's not a bad player. You also had an almost Jalen Brown fumble. Like enough they marked him down. And then the drop, but you really can't bitch about the offense at all at this point. Also, this Arkansas defensive line just has no chance. I mean, they are getting no push. They're getting pushed back pretty easily. They're also playing sloppy, which makes matters worse. You know, the worst thing you could do as a defensive line is just over penetrate when things are going your way, which means sometimes guys are just freelancing and just doing their own thing. And when you over penetrating, you take yourself out of the run fit. That opens up huge gashes in the run game. Okay. So Stan wants to know, is this worse than Chad Morris? So we mentioned Chad Morris a minute ago. The difference between that and this is that Chad was objectively terrible for the entire world to see. Whereas with Sam Pittman, you've seen some good. And Arkansas has sold themselves on the some good part of Sam Pittman when he's actually been bad. I will tell you this, and this will be some of my reporting. You can trace this back to me. It has been clear in the minds of some recruits, some high level sources at Arkansas, people that are truly around the program quite a bit. Once again, I'm not insider guy. I'm analyst guy. So take this for what it's worth. Sam has been burnt out. He has been burnt out. Part of it is the hip surgery that he had and his own personal health. Part of it also is just the current situation. You also have to keep in mind, in defense of Sam, this is not the same support staff that other schools have. Arkansas is stretched thin in that area. They don't have a clear NIL vision. Some of that has been brought to light by some Arkansas Twitter sleuths, and it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear that Sam is burnt out. So, you know, it is what it is. Okay. Uh, and it's not that he doesn't care per se. It's just sometimes you're zapped, and Sam is zapped. Okay. Um, and he wants to retire to his lake house in Hot Springs. It's bad. Petrino abandons the run. It's just hard for me to. I know I've been kind of a Bobby stan. It's hard for me to say anything about Bobby in this first half. Let's go to David. It's not Sam Pittman's fault. He's never run a program nor responsible as a head coach. He's not qualified to be an SEC coach. Just move on. Yeah, I mean, look, part of this is on Hunter. He is a distracted athletic director. I will say it until I'm blue in the face. Never in the SEC has there been such an unpopular coach and athletic director at the same time, at least to my knowledge. Okay. It's truly breathtaking. Everybody, welcome Destiny. That is an interesting name to play. That's an interesting way to spell Destiny. Desteni. Welcome to the channel. Once again, we are live every Monday at 5 p.m. We don't just do film studies here on Power Hour SEC. We mix in the live chats. When you're down 20, you can't run. I mean, you still can run. But to your point, Destiny, it is harder to throw when the other team knows you're throwing. But it's hard to run when you're down by so much. So there you go. Second half getting ready to start. Oh, yeah, Notre Dame does get the ball first. You see right there on that throw, if you're watching the copy in the background, just throw in the direction of the blitz. It's simple football stuff. Jeremiah love 4 tutties. Huh? Yeah, the explosive touchdowns hurt you big time. All right, y'all. We will see you. The next time I will be live is Monday at 5. We will also do a film study on this defense later today. God, dude, there's nobody at the game. There's nobody there. And I know it's like the first part of the third quarter, so you're always a little more lenient. Now with all these club levels, there is no one at the game. Mm. Dude, Xavier Sorry, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? How do you drop that? Huh? Wow. He was running with it. He was running with it. Oh my God, dude. There's bad, and then it really gets bad if your captain is struggling. Okay, so Arkansas crowds a line of scrimmage here. And they actually do bring everyone. Oh, God. There you go, one. All right, y'all. We'll see you in the film study a little bit later today. It is Power Hour SEC. Boom. If you are watching this live stream, whether you are in, let's go through as many Arkansas towns. If you're in Fordyce, if you're in Alma, let's do some Northwest Arkansas towns. What about all the Arkansas towns that have the word green in it? There's Greenwood. Are they really running a fake? There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. I was gonna. There's no way you run a fake up 42-13. That has to be against the NCAA bylaws. It has to be. There's no way. Up 42-13. But I was going to shout out Taylor Green. All the Arkansas towns out there that have the word green in it, I want to shout you out. I was thinking about this the other day. I was trying to name as many in Arkansas. I know that there is a Greenwood. There is, isn't there a Green Point? I think there's a Greenbrier. Green. Is that a Green Point or Green Springs? I don't know. Why are you celebrating down 42-13? That's crazy. Make a tackle. All right, so if you're going to go for it on fourth down, I think you just go for it here. My LSU Cup. How about that? Yeah, I think this is a clear go. There you go. There you go. Should be grounding right there. Yeah. There you go. All right, y'all. We'll talk to you soon. It is Power Hour SEC. Boom. Welcome in some new viewers. Cobra. Bobby Shiz. Destany. Leslie B. She's not new. She's always been around. We'll talk to you soon. Let's go.